The glittering world of international celebrity and modern royalty has always been a landscape defined by carefully manicured alliances, public displays of mutual adoration, and the subtle unspoken currencies of high society influence. For years, one of the most prominent, frequently cited examples of this high-profile synergy has been the bond between the Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, and the undisputed titan of global tennis, Serena Williams. Their connection, forged in the bright lights of American celebrity culture and maintained through Meghan's historic, turbulent entry into the British royal family, has long been presented as a masterclass in unwavering female solidarity and deep personal affection. To the casual observer tracking their public trajectories through magazine features, gushing social media posts, and high-stakes tennis matches, their relationship appeared entirely unbreakable, a rare sanctuary of genuine trust within an industry notorious for fleeting transactional arrangements. Yet beneath the flawless surface of this ultra-famous friendship, subtle fractures and perplexing contradictions have begun to surface, capturing the attention of commentators and eagle-eyed observers worldwide. The world of elite celebrity is rare as straightforward as a public relations narrative suggests. And when the worlds of British royalty, American sports royalty, and global lifestyle branding collide, every gesture, every look, and every choice of words undergoes intense scrutiny. As the summer season approaches and the iconic green courts of the All England Lawn Tennis and Croquet Club prepare to host the legendary Wimbledon Championships, the stakes surrounding this relationship have suddenly reached a fascinating new peak. With Serena Williams and her sister Venus set to make highly anticipated appearances at the prestigious tournament, later this month, the global media and royal enthusiasts are already focusing their lenses on the VIP spectator boxes. The central, lingering question that is currently generating immense speculation across both sides of the Atlantic is whether Meghan Markle will make a dramatic, high-profile return to the British stands to cheer on her longtime confidante. This potential appearance carries an extraordinary amount of weight, particularly given the reports swirling through royal circles that Prince Harry is expected to bring Meghan and their two children, Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, on a rare, deeply significant visit to the United Kingdom around the same time. The convergence of a rare family return to British soil and the ultimate showcase of international tennis creates an atmospheric pressure cooker of anticipation, making the possibility of a royal appearance in the players' box greater than it has been in years. If you want to stay completely up to date with these unfolding events and receive exclusive, deep-dive analysis into the hidden dynamics of the world's most talked-about personalities, make sure to hit the subscribe button right now and turn on all notifications so you never miss a single update. To truly understand the underlying tension that is currently captivating royal watchers, one must step back from the modern headlines and examine the intricate tapestry of past interactions that have defined this relationship. The narrative of their friendship has always been one of instant, undeniable chemistry, a story that Meghan herself beautifully documented on her now-defunct lifestyle blog, The Tig. According to those early enthusiastic writings, the future Duchess and the tennis champion first crossed paths briefly in 2010, but it was their second meeting in 2014 at a celebrity flag football game that truly sparked their connection. Meghan wrote with immense warmth about how they hit it off immediately, bypassing the predictable, superficial talk of Hollywood acting or professional sports, choosing instead to dive straight into genuine, good old-fashioned, girly conversations. That joyful afternoon laid the foundation for what would become an incredibly visible alliance, a bond that seemed to strengthen as Meghan transitioned from a successful television actress into one of the most famous women on the planet through her marriage to Prince Harry. For years, the public was treated to a consistent stream of mutual praise, with Serena offering public defense and strategic advice to Meghan as she navigated the intense, often overwhelming glare of the international media and the strict protocols of the British monarchy. Serena openly praised Meghan's class, poise, and undeniable strength, famously standing by her side following the explosive, history-making interview with Oprah Winfrey. Yet, as any seasoned analyst of high society dynamics knows, the most revealing truths are rarely found in planned television interviews or polished press releases. Instead, they hide in plain sight, captured in the fleeting, unscripted moments of live broadcasts where the masks of performance briefly slip. It is within one such historical moment, buried in the archives of the 2019 US Open, that expert observers claim the true complicated nature of this celebrity alliance was first exposed to the world. During that high-stakes tournament, Meghan Markle made a highly publicized whirlwind journey across the Atlantic, leaving her newborn son, Prince Archie, in the United Kingdom to sit in the players' box and support Serena Williams during her intense singles final against Bianca Andreescu. While the stadium roared and the cameras panned across the crowd, an incredibly brief, highly peculiar interaction took place between the Duchess of Sussex and Serena's mother, Oracene Price. In a short video clip that has recently gone viral once again, capturing the fascination of millions of viewers online, Oracene Price appeared to completely and utterly ignore the very animated, highly expressive Duchess as she repeatedly tried to engage her in conversation. While Serena was down on the court, fighting for her professional life in a match she would ultimately lose in straight sets, a completely different kind of psychological battle appeared to be unfolding high up in the premium stands. The stark contrast between the two women sitting side by side was impossible to ignore, offering a fascinating glimpse into what body language experts describe as a profound disconnect in priorities and non-verbal communication styles. As the crowd cheered and the giant stadium screens focused on the VIP box, the Duchess appeared to pivot instantly into a highly performative, theatrical mode of behavior, her eyes scanning the arena, seemingly recognizing her own reflection on the broadcast monitors. This specific moment has sparked a fierce debate among observers regarding the authenticity of celebrity friendships, raising the question of whether these bonds are rooted in deep personal connection or if they are occasionally utilized as high-powered theatrical stages for public relations optimization. The subtle underlying friction captured in that archival footage from years ago has suddenly taken on an entirely new relevance in recent months, as a series of strange public interactions and perceived slights have led many to believe that the legendary closeness between the Duchess and the athlete has cooled significantly. From low-effort product promotions to highly symbolic public appearances with figures who occupy a controversial space in the Duchess's social orbit, the signs of a shifting dynamic are becoming increasingly difficult for commentators to ignore. As we prepare to delve deeper into the specific modern incidents that have caused these doubts to rise so dramatically, the atmospheric build-up surrounding their potential reunion at Wimbledon continues to grow, setting the stage for a profound examination of loyalty, public perception, and the hidden realities of life under the global microscope. The delicate architecture of high-profile celebrity friendships often depends heavily on the unwritten rules of public endorsement, mutual promotion, and the flawless execution of public relations strategy. When these elements begin to falter or exhibit a distinct lack of enthusiasm, the global media and analytical onlookers immediately begin to question the structural integrity of the relationship itself. This exact phenomenon has unfolded over the course of recent months, transforming what was once celebrated as an unbreakable sisterhood into a subject of intense speculation, curiosity, and doubt. The first major crack in the polished facade of the bond between the Duchess of Sussex and Serena Williams appeared in the spring of this year, revolving around a highly publicized product launch that many expected to be a triumphant showcase of elite mutual support. Meghan Markle had recently launched her new luxury lifestyle brand, As Ever, an endeavor designed to showcase premium consumer goods, artisanal treats, and bespoke home fragrances. As part of a highly curated promotional rollout strategy, the Duchess sent a series of exclusive handmade public relations packages to her closest and most influential friends, with Serena Williams naturally occupying a top position on that elite guest list. The package in question contained a specially curated Mother's Day edit, complete with artisanal chocolates, meticulously crafted lifestyle products, and custom-designed scented candles. Given Serena's global platform and her historic willingness to fiercely defend and elevate Meghan in the media, public relations experts and fans alike anticipated an overwhelming, highly enthusiastic endorsement from the legendary tennis champion. What followed, however, stunned observers and sent shockwaves through royal and celebrity commentary circles due to its remarkably casual, almost detached execution. Instead of a polished, high-production promotional video that matches the luxury branding of the As Ever label, Serena shared a social media clip that many viewers described as shockingly low-effort and surprisingly disorganized. The presentation itself immediately raised red flags among eagle-eyed followers who noted that the contents of the luxury box appeared to be tossed around, messy, and far from pristine. In the video, as Serena showcased the somewhat crushed artisanal treats to her millions of followers, her choice of words and overall tone struck a remarkably ambivalent note. She commented that the chocolate was beautiful and delicious, but immediately followed that praise with the confusing statement that she does not actually like chocolate, though she had been killing them anyway. The criticism from the public was swift and unforgiving, with online commentators pointing out that the entire presentation felt like a poorly executed obligation rather than a genuine, passionate endorsement of a dear friend's new business venture. Viewers openly questioned why a global icon with access to premier production resources would release a video that made her friend's luxury product look unappealing and chaotic. Some fans joked online that Serena had officially been Markled, a popular internet term used to describe individuals who suddenly distance themselves from or subtly undermine the Duchess after a period of intense closeness. The oddities of the promotional clip did not end with the crushed chocolates, as Serena's commentary regarding the lifestyle items in the box added further fuel to the speculative fire. While looking at a luxury candle labeled as number 506, which featured elegant scents of ginger, cashmere, and neroli, the athlete casually admitted to her audience that she could not even pronounce the final ingredient. She then shifted her attention to a second candle featuring the scent of santal, only to repeat the exact same sentiment, calling it another word she simply could not pronounce. While she concluded the post by expressing love for candles and stating that she loved Meghan, the damage to the public relations narrative had already been done. To seasoned analysts of celebrity behavior, the entire presentation felt like a subtle, passive-aggressive display of detachment, signaling to the world that while she would fulfill the basic requirements of friendship by posting the clip, she was not invested in the prestige or success of the brand. The mystery deepened significantly later that same month when Serena Williams made a highly publicized public appearance that many interpreted as a second, far more calculated dig at the Duchess of Sussex. The tennis champion stepped out in New York City to attend a star-studded, ultra-exclusive pre-Met Gala celebration hosted by billionaire Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez. While the event itself was a gathering of the global elite, it was Serena's choice of companion for the evening that sent tongues wagging across the Atlantic. The athlete was photographed enjoying the glamorous evening alongside Emma Thynne, the Marchioness of Bath. To the casual observer, this might have seemed like a harmless interaction between two wealthy, high society women, but to those familiar with the intricate social rivalries surrounding the Duchess of Sussex, the pairing was explosive. For years, royal admirers and media critics have pointed out striking similarities between Meghan's lifestyle aspirations and the established platform of the Marchioness of Bath. Emma Thynne, an elegant aristocrat with her own highly successful lifestyle program, has long been famous for producing high-end, homemade jams and luxury goods harvested directly from her historic Longleat estate. Some vocal critics have frequently accused Meghan of lifting inspiration directly from the Marchioness's established aesthetic for her own lifestyle brands. By choosing to step out and socialize so publicly with Emma Thynne at a premier global event, right on the heels of the awkward as-ever product promotion, Serena appeared to be sending a powerful, unspoken message regarding her social alignments, further fracturing the narrative of her exclusive loyalty to Meghan. To truly appreciate how these modern tensions could have formed, one must return to the profound behavioral analysis of their past public interactions, specifically the viral footage from the 2019 US Open Players box. Renowned body language expert Judy James has provided deep insight into that specific afternoon, revealing that the apparent friction between Meghan and Serena's inner circle is not a new development, but rather a pre-existing condition that dates back years. When analyzing the intense atmosphere of that stadium, James noted that while Serena was out on the court fighting for her tennis legacy, two of her biggest supporters appeared to be locked in a silent, psychological battle of styles high up in the stands. The contrast between Meghan's animated, hyper-expressive behavior and the stoic, completely detached demeanor of Serena's mother, Oracene Price, was monumental. According to behavioral science, when an individual notices that the eyes of a stadium and global television cameras are suddenly fixed upon them, their subconscious behavior shifts rapidly. For Meghan, a professionally trained television actress, the sudden spotlight triggered what James calls a high-performance mode of theatrical movements. The Duchess began to mime intense emotion, performing a series of highly visual gestures including splaying her fingers, rubbing her hands together, and flexing them into tight balls to project a narrative of extreme tension and investment to the viewing world. Yet, directly beside her, Oracene Price remained entirely locked in her own quiet zone, utterly oblivious or intentionally indifferent to the external noise and the dramatic movements of the royal figure next to her. When Meghan made a clear, visible bid to initiate conversation and forge a moment of public connection with Oracene, the attempt failed completely, creating an incredibly awkward tension that was captured forever on live television. Realizing the optics of the unreciprocated interaction, the Duchess quickly adjusted her performance, looking up at the stadium screens, opening her mouth in a gesture of delight, but exhibiting rapid, sharp blinking patterns that expert analysts identify as a clear sign of inner anxiety and hyper-awareness of public perception. She then performed a global praying gesture with her hands, hiding a secretive smile behind her fingers in an effort to maintain a look of warmth and affection despite the freezing social climate in the box. This historical disconnect highlights a fundamental truth about their alliance. While Meghan has consistently sought to project an image of deep, active involvement in Serena's inner world, the response from those closest to the athlete has often been marked by a telling, heavy stillness. This underlying tension has set the stage for a dramatic re-evaluation of their entire shared history, as the world waits to see if these hidden cracks will fully fracture under the weight of upcoming summer events. To fully understand the profound significance of the shifting winds in this high-stakes celebrity alliance, one must look beyond the immediate public relations puzzles and examine the rich, complex biographies of the individuals involved. Alongside the historic milestones that initially bound them together, Serena Williams is not merely a retired sports star. She is a global cultural icon who re-engineered the landscape of professional tennis through sheer power, unmatched discipline, and an ironclad family network. Born in Saginaw, Michigan, and raised in the challenging environment of Compton, California, under the intense, visionary guidance of her parents, Richard Williams and Oracene Price. Serena and her sister Venus were molded into champions long before they ever stepped onto the pristine grass of Wimbledon. Oracene Price, whose stoic presence in the 2019 US Open Players box caused such a media storm, has always been the quiet, immovable anchor of the Williams family empire. Known for her deeply spiritual, private, and fiercely protective nature, Oracene has spent decades navigating the intense glare of global fame, developing a legendary ability to tune out external noise, superficial distractions, and performative behavior. This background explains why the theatrical, high-performance movements of Meghan Markle during that tense match failed to elicit a reaction from the matriarch. Oracene has spent a lifetime distinguishing between authentic competitive tension and calculated public optics. Meghan Markle's trajectory followed a vastly different but equally intense path toward the global spotlight. Raised in Los Angeles, California, she pursued a career in the highly competitive world of American television, eventually securing her breakthrough role as Rachel Zane on the legal drama series Suits. It was during this period of rising Hollywood prominence that her path first crossed with Serena's, initiating a friendship that quickly evolved into a powerful mutual mentorship as both women climbed to the absolute peaks of their respective professions. According to biographer Mark Hodgkinson in his comprehensive work, Serena, a graphic biography of the greatest tennis champion, the bond between the actress and the athlete quickly deepened through a continuous stream of late-night phone calls, text messages, and shared personal secrets. When Meghan's life was suddenly turned upside down by her high-profile romance with Prince Harry, it was Serena. She leaned on for strategic guidance on how to survive the aggressive tactics of the international paparazzi and the relentless scrutiny of the global press. Serena's blunt, practical advice to the future Duchess was simple. Stop being so nice, protect your peace, and establish firm boundaries with the public. This deep-seated sense of mutual reliance reached a historic crescendo in May 2018, when Serena Williams and her husband, tech entrepreneur Alexis Ohanian, attended the royal wedding at St. George's Chapel in Windsor Castle. For Serena, watching her close friend marry into the British royal family was not just a celebration of personal happiness, but a profound, motivating cultural shift. The tennis champion spoke openly and eloquently about the immense pride she felt seeing traditional African-American culture, gospel music, and historic representation woven seamlessly into the ancient fabric of a British royal ceremony, describing it as an inspiring milestone that showcased exactly how far the culture had come. As the years progressed, their lives remained deeply intertwined through shared experiences of motherhood and public vulnerability. When Meghan discovered she was pregnant with her first child, Prince Archie, shortly after Serena had given birth to her own daughter, Olympia, the tennis star became a trusted source of parenting advice, further solidifying their bond. In 2021, following the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's decision to step back from official royal duties and their subsequent bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, Serena was among the very first global figures to issue a powerful public defense of Meghan's character, using her massive platform to praise the Duchess as the absolute epitome of class, strength, and poise under pressure. Later, when Meghan launched her highly anticipated Spotify podcast, Archetypes, it was entirely fitting that Serena appeared as the premier guest for the debut episode, where she proudly declared her fierce, unwavering loyalty to the Duchess, stating that they had relied on each other through some of the darkest and most challenging periods of their lives. Given this rich, deeply documented history of mutual defense and sisterhood, the strange, low-effort product promotions and the calculated social snubs observed in recent months carry a particularly heavy, almost tragic weight. It suggests that even the most resilient, high-profile friendships can struggle to survive the changing demands of personal branding and global lifestyle competition. As Meghan Markle focuses her energies on building an independent commercial empire from her home in California, her public associations have become her primary form of currency, making any perceived distance from influential figures like Serena Williams a matter of intense strategic concern. This brings the entire narrative back to the immediate, electrifying anticipation surrounding the upcoming Wimbledon tournament and the reported travel plans of the Sussex family. The possibility of Meghan Markle returning to the United Kingdom alongside Prince Harry, Prince Archie, and Princess Lilibet represents a critical crossroads for both her personal life and her public relations strategy. If the Duchess chooses to appear in the stands at Wimbledon to support Serena and Venus Williams, it would serve as a definitive, high-visibility refutation of all the modern rumours, instantly restoring the narrative of an unbreakable, genuine bond between the two women. Such a moment would prove to the world that their friendship remains a sanctuary of real trust, entirely separate from the superficial calculations of Hollywood alliances. Conversely, if the tournament passes without any sign of the Duchess, or if she remains entirely distant while the Williams sisters compete on the global stage, it will likely be interpreted by critics and royal experts as a silent confirmation that the dynamics of their relationship